Okay, this is Bassmaster Fishing, Lake Hartwell online open, online tournament, round two, attempt one. I'm in third right now. Or it doesn't look that way because now everyone has taken a second attempt, but I haven't. I had a huge first round of 75-15, and I'll show you how I got it. Let's go. Go to the right, and it'll be the boathouse directly in front of you with the three blue barrels. I got the Predator boat. I tried two other strategies before this that did not work. When I tried this strategy, it worked very well. These are my lures. 7-inch worm on a Texas rig. Matter of fact, I have to change this to 3/16. 3/16 Texas rig. 3/16 4/0. This one here. Great for giant bass. And I'm changing this from a 1/4 ounce jig head to a 3/16 so it doesn't sink as fast. 3/16 4/0. Okay, we're ready to go. Those are my lures. And just medium pitch under this bridge. And there's a ton of fish. And when I get like a 14, 15, or 16, I make a few more casts. And if I can't get another one, I go to my spot 2. And then back and forth and back and forth. I just repeat the process. Let's try Django. I also change lures a lot because all three of these can elicit strikes from giant bass. See how there's like a ton of bluegill in here right now? That's not the best sign. Try over here. But I've been making a series on the tournaments. I have some long videos on YouTube of me fishing each tournament. All right, tremor shad on a jig head. Let's try this, see if we can spawn in a giant bass by changing the lure. There's one. This is a big bass. Oh my gosh, he is enormous. Sometimes I think changing your lure frequently can help spawn in some giants. There's a big boy here. He can't even jump out of the water. Here on the Hartwell Open. Like the day after New Year's 2026. Wow, he's enormous. 15, guys.
It's Chubasa.
Very nice bass to start with. Now, I'll tell you what I do. I might change my lure again. Make a few casts. Don't stay here too long. I would not trust the spot for another giant right away. You got a better shot at a giant really on another one of your hot spots. But that's just me. I mean, if you want to stay and just hammer away on one position, you can do that. I would advise against that. Have at least two hot spots that you know you can pick up a giant on. And kind of move back and forth. Now, see, I don't think I'm getting another giant here right now. See, it has just died. After that bass, it has literally just died. So I'm going to show you my second spot, and I will come back to this spot. After I catch a giant here, you can see on my map where I'm going. I'm just going inside this cove. And you can get some real giants in here too. You can pull up to the bush or the rock, it doesn't matter. I kind of go in between them, I guess. And I pitch all through here. And you can catch super heavyweight bass. You can make a long cast too if you want. Sometimes that produces. But it doesn't look real busy here. But I don't think that's really the point. This is not traditionally like a real busy hotspot, but you can catch some giants, you know? And that's all I care about. Can I get the fish that I need? The 14s and 15s and the 16s in a spot? Not whether or not it's traditionally like thought of as a real hectic, congested, compressed, busy hotspot. But, you know, is it a spot that's convenient to my other spot where I might be able to pick up a 14, 15, or 16 or two? Now I'm going to start making some longer casts. But I've caught 16s, 15s, 14s in here. So I know there's going to be giant bass in here. Doesn't look like much, does it? Okay, I saw a bass in here. Let's see if I can attract him with my Texas rig worm. Well, I think that was him. He doesn't look big at all. But you see, there are plenty of fish in here. The bass here can get enormous. And they're not that hard to catch. All right, I'm going with the Jenko swim bait to see if I can spawn in a big bass by changing my lures a little bit. These do attract some blue catfish sometimes. But this is also great for the giant super heavyweight bass. So I would highly recommend the Jenko swim bait. Some people actually don't like this lure, but I say it's a good bet. And not just on Hartwell, but I've had great success with this at a number of different lakes, and all different lakes. I think it can even spawn in some of the more giant bass. All right, going with the tremor shad. This is an old school classic. Many champions of Bassmaster have used this lure, and I say it should be a part of your repertoire of your top 3 lures. It's just great on a jig head, on a Ned rig. I don't know about a Texas or a Carolina rig. I've never tried it, I don't think. To me, it's kind of a jig head kind of lure. So I use a Ned rig or a jig head. Okay, we got a heartbeat. This guy came out of absolutely nowhere. But it's a trophy bass. Oh my gosh, it's enormous. Another super heavyweight. And as I said, this spot, it might not look very busy, but the giants, they come out of nowhere, and it is productive. He can't even jump either. He's enormous. Wow. Oh my goodness. He is big. Sometimes I think changing your lure every couple casts can really help spawn in the giants, man. I'll tell you what, this is a good start. But I've been playing Bassmaster for about 1,500 hours, about 1,500 hours for me. And I know Hartwell pretty well. So you should try this strategy. It's great. It has worked so far. These 2 spots and just rotating back and forth, picking one up, then moving, sticking and moving, sticking and moving, picking up a big bass, and then going back to the other spot. My goodness, that's a monster. A full 15-pounder. Absolutely phenomenal. And I caught him kind of close to the boat. Not way down here. He was kind of at the end of the retrieve there. Closer to the boat. Big dark green bass there. But I'll make 2 more casts, and try and get lucky and get my 3rd giant. And then go back to the other spot and try and make it happen. So far, I've got one on the worm and on the tremor shad. But I do believe in this Jenko swim bait. Unfortunately, it does seem to attract just about everything as well. The blue catfish, the gar, the white bass all love it. Everything loves the Jenko swim bait, which makes it a powerful weapon, but sometimes a little bit of a liability, you know. A giant bass can be going for it, and a white bass will steal it. One more cast. But it is a great spot for the 15s and 16s and the 14s and all right, back to spot one. And that's my basic strategy, and that's how I'm fishing it. I'm changing all three lures. I believe in all three of them. And on Hartwell, I'm using 2 spots. I've tried other spots, guys. And these spots seem to be the most reliable. Wow. Overshot that. Okay, back to square one. Let's just pitch the Jenko out there and see what we get. Oh, a bunch of panfish? That's not a good sign. Nothing but panfish. I mean, sometimes you can catch a legendary largemouth in spots that look like this, but usually a bunch of panfish is not the best sign. There are some big cats. I saw some bubbles over here, so I thought, pitch on over there. See if there's anything special over there. A little far away. There we go. That's a little closer. All right, how about the Texas rig worm? Try and spawn in one of these monsters. That's the problem with getting too close to this bridge. You often get stuck right on top of the bridge. I'm going to back up a little bit. That should do it. And make a pitch over to the right, I guess. That's a medium-sized bass. He doesn't look that big. Oh, he's got a little heartbeat though. He's at least a 10-pounder. Doesn't seem like the spot has really cooled down since I caught that 15 here. Yep, 8 pounds, right around 10-pounder. Bunch of panfish. Not the best sign. There's a largemouth. Let's go. We'll change up to the tremor shad. Going for my third beast. You need 5 in the tournament. If you're new to the tournament, only your biggest 5 bass will count towards your final score. You need 5 giants each round to win. Pitch around a little bit too. Pitch around towards the boathouse, towards the middle of the bridge, towards the end of the bridge, by the bank. You never know where you might pick up Rhino or Cosmo or one of the real giants. They could literally be hiding anywhere. But from my experience, this tournament calls for great patience. Back with the Jenko. All right, missed a couple big bass with the Jenko, so back to the Texas rig worm. They're getting a little skittish. Not going for the Jenko or the worm. Try the tremor shad. Well, spotted bass went for it, but he's too small. Need a large bass, a super giant. Another spotted bass. Got to get rid of him. Okay, I think I see a really big bass in here. I want to pitch over towards him. Got a heartbeat. I don't know what it is though. Oh, it's a spotted bass. Got to get rid of him.
It's Chubasa.
Well, I thought I saw a giant bass in here, but maybe he spawned in and spawned right out. I don't know. He was kind of off in the distance. A lot of spotteds right here right now. Small largemouth. And this is the tournament. Going with your best strategy, and sometimes it's just a whole lot of weight, and not much you can do. Just have faith in your spots and that they will eventually produce. But if it's not working, you always got to try to change it up. And I will move out of this spot. In a minute, if I don't get my fish. Okay, here's some big ones in here. Some really big ones. I don't think this is too big. I don't think this looks like a 12 maybe, or 11. I thought I saw a bigger one in there, though. Gotta try and bring this guy in fast. I don't think this is my fish.
Yes.
No.
That toad right there, that's a little choke pin.
There is a really large bass in here I saw, but I got the 10-pounder instead. God, I hope he's still in here. The fish I had been waiting for. I don't see him anywhere. I hate when they spawn in and spawn right out like that. That's a real pain. Like, not much you can do about that. Not much you can do about that. Except keep trying. I got 2 giants in 30 minutes. I think that's pretty good. I see the fish I need in there. I think it's the fish I need. Is that it? No, it's another 10. This is, I don't think this, no. He's not big. Well, maybe he's like 11 or 12. No. It's kind of jumping a little bit. Really, giant bass don't jump.
Yes.
No, not the fish I need. Need a bigger one.
Panda.
Yeah. This is a giant. Now, just sticking around and being patient, I get my 3rd absolute elephant. This looks like a 16. Wow. He can barely move. He's so slow. So 2 on the tremor shad. This is a beast here. Wow. My 3rd giant. I only need 2 more big fish to have an absolutely phenomenal round and a wonderful video. Sometimes you're just waiting and just being patient and having faith that your spot will come through. And it could be for 5 or 10 minutes just looking at panfish and bluegill and not much really happening, but this guy's huge. He could be 16. Wow. 15.6. 5,000 bucks, man. Incredible. That is exactly what I needed at the right time. I did spend over 10 minutes to get him, though. I absolutely must have 2 more giants to be in contention for first place. And if I don't get another one in the next couple of casts, I will move. Oh, looks like another 10 pounder. He's pretty quick. He's a 10 pounder, around 10 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
I really don't have time to dilly-dally. I'm going to move. Back to spot 2. So if I don't get 2 more big bass, it's kind of a wasted round. You know, I'm after first place. So I need a couple more. That's how good you have to do each round. All 4 rounds. To win. So far, the tremor shad has been the best lure. I caught 2 15s with it. Absolutely phenomenal. I guess I'm just going to go with it from here on out. Going for slob number 4. Honestly, I thought that last fish could be a legendary. That looks so huge. That was not that big. I'm going to break him off. God, I hope I get 2 more. Then I can publish this to YouTube. And have another great Bassmaster online open video. So now I'm down to 20 minutes. I need to do as good as one giant for every 10 minutes. And guys, that could mean catching those two fish in the last 5 minutes. You never know how these tournaments are going to ultimately pan out for you. You just do your best and hope for the best. Another 10 or so.
Yes. Not going to set any records.
He's a little guy.
But it's a solid keeper. Cha-chunk, cha-ching.
Can I get a fourth giant? I do not know. I did last time when I was here. I think I got 2 really giant bass here and 3 under that bridge. Will this spot give me another? I really only need 1 more here on this spot. And the tension is starting to build. Because now I'm down to 15 minutes. And the anxiety is starting to set in and is starting to grow. This looks like a big one. There's a strong heartbeat. It looked huge, and it is slow. This is not a quick fish. This is probably a monster. He's really slow. I don't know. Now that I see him, he doesn't look that huge. Well, hopefully he is. He's got a strong heartbeat. He's very slow. But he doesn't look enormous. No,
Check out the green beast from
I need to
beneath.
do better. A big 10-pound trophy in real life, that would be amazing, but not Hartwell and Bassmaster Fishing 2022. Excuse me, folks, for that little sniffle. I am striking out in my honey hole. I need a giant in the next 2 minutes. Well, I will not be on target to win. Three giants is great. 5 is much better. 4 is better. 5 is much better. And there are people who will get 5.
Yes. Not going to set any records with that one, but it's a solid keeper to
I'm going to
chunk
start
to
casting a little
chip.
shorter, so I don't have as long a retrieve. Oh my gosh. I got him. This is definitely giant number 4. And I will probably post this attempt to YouTube almost no matter if I get the 5th fish or not. This really proves the power of these 2 spots. I only need one more giant to potentially win the whole round. Yeah,
That right there.
he's a 14. He's around a 14. Now I need one more real giant. So I'm not going to trust that spot to give me another one so soon. If you want to stay after that and try a few more casts, you can. But this is where I get most of my big fish. And this is what I did the last round. And it works. So I'm going to stick with what I know works. It worked last time. The big question is, will it work this time? I need to back up a few feet. You're just hoping for the best. One more giant. I really need it. If I don't get it, I'm going to have a very average score. Less than 10 minutes. What a nail biter. I feel like I was lucky to even get that 14. Because after I caught the two first giants, things really cooled down. I caught them pretty quick. But the next two fish took me a lot longer. I'm just going to throw this out there. Sometimes you can get real lucky with the Janko. Spawn in a real giant. Lots of spotted bass here today. But also some giant largemouth. And those are the fish you need to win at Hartwell. All right, going with the Texas rig worm. Changing it up. Trying to spawn in a giant. Let's give it another toss. 6 minutes to get a gorilla, a mammoth, a giant largemouth. And it's going to be a nail biter. Changing to the tremor shad, doing absolutely everything I can to spawn in a giant bass. There's no heartbeat on this bass. He's nothing special. Let's hurry up and get rid of him.
few competitors trembling with that toad.
4 minutes, I'm in the red. And I am going for a giant. On one of the best spots on Hartwell to find them. Can I get fortunate and have an amazing round? Amazing attempt on my first attempt. This is pretty scary. I don't even see any more big bass in here. But they often just spawn out of nowhere, so this is my best bet. I'm going with it. I'm sticking with it. 3 minutes to the bitter end. Needing one more real big one. Nothing but a bunch of panfish. Oh, this is so bad. I'm swinging to the Jenko swim bait. 3 minutes. There it is. There's my bass. Yes! I got him, guys. I got my fish. My 5th giant largemouth. And he's a giant. Look at him. Look at how fat that largemouth is, guys. So try these spots and these lures. And the Jenko came in clutch. It spawned in a giant largemouth at the last possible second. And this will almost certainly be my best attempt of round 2. I got my smallest fish was like a 13, 12 or something. Wow, look at that boy. 15, 11.
And no whammies.
3 over 15. He's worth $5.5 grand. So my video is about to cut out. I have 74.12. An amazing attempt. So try these spots out, and I think you will be impressed and very happy. Also, try the outfit. It was pretty cool today. Try these spots, try these lures, and try this technique of sticking and moving. Every time you get a big bass, don't count for another giant right away on the same spot. Go to another spot and give that a chance. That's my advice. This is the second round it has worked.